Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Freeze Friday. I hope you all had a lovely week and I hope you all got some scrappy time. Did you? Tell me down below. Were you able to get into your scrap room and get a couple of projects or cards or TN spreads, or what were you able to get up to this week? So in part one, I guess I'm going to call it part one of Freeze Friday, which was actually just this past Tuesday and just the video before this. I did a bit of a flip through or a layout share of everything that I had got done in January. And I did ask whether you would like to make that a monthly occurrence. And the answer was overwhelmingly yes. And very, very complimentary as well. So thank you so much for all your lovely comments. And therefore, on the last day of the month, I will do a layout share of all of the layouts or projects that I get done during the month. Since we last spoke, or some of the more recent layouts that I got done since I did a Freeze Friday, they all have videos, so I won't go into too much detail, but as I generally do every week, I give you a quick recap of the layouts that I got done. This I got done for last week's, or well, just this past Sunday, our Sketch Sunday, and it was fun because we went all the way back to the first series and a sketch by Sarah Scraps. So I really do love this one. I used a little bit of vellum on top of mixed media, and this might well be one of my favorite layouts of the month. Then another layout that I got done was this for the Spiegel Mom Scraps, for my guest design spot on Spiegel Mom Scraps, and it doubles as one of the challenges for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, where we had to choose a letter and then use two items. I chose S for stitching and sequins. So I love this, and I love this cardstock that we got from the Cardstock Warehouse as well. So you'll be seeing quite a bit more of that. And then lastly, this is not a layout that I have done since we last spoke, but one that I showed in my last Freeze Friday on Friday, where I asked you whether I should be journaling in white or another color, and whether, ooh, some of these little sequins are falling, so I'll have to put these back because it's so gorgeous, and where should I journal? Should I journal or just put the date? Overwhelmingly, everyone said definitely in white. The vast majority of you said along the stems, and a few of you said probably the date would be enough. But in the end, I didn't want to put the date here. So I did put the date here, so circa 1960, 1961. And I think that could have been enough. But for some reason, I wanted to say a little bit about this photo to sort of jog my memory. So I went along the long stem here, which was also the majority of comments that I had. So I put, I'm not sure what this photo shoot was for, but it is a pose for sure. So it definitely was a shoot. On the coffee table, no less, LOL. And then because these two had some journaling, then I felt this little guy here sort of stuck out a bit like a sore thumb. So I put in the house on Tulip Drive. So I think I've got enough journaling here to just jog my memory. I love this little photo. And I know this was a shoot for sure because this coffee table did not go in front of the window. And this obviously is a window because the curtains are closed. So I'm not sure much more. My mom didn't seem to remember either. So this is what it's going to be. So there you go. So thank you for all your lovely comments. And I listened, and I had promised to come back and show you. So that's what I'm doing. So I wanted to also, because last time when I did that flip through, I didn't show you my 6x6 paper pad, because as you know, one of the overall goals that we have in the Freeze Gang is to really reduce our stash of 6x6 paper pads and 6x6 papers. And when I first brought this stack out, I think it was at least double, definitely double this. So I'm quite happy with what I've got done using 6x6 paper so far, but I certainly need to continue using those. And you're going to see in a moment that I've gone and added some. But anyway, there's a very good reason for adding some. Let me move this over here. So what are we going to try and do? What do I want to try and accomplish during the month of February in particular? I have quite a few fun projects and collaborations coming up, but I thought I would start with some product focus. In the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group, the February focus is stars. So I brought these lovely stamp sets back out from Darkroom Door. This is the star one, and if you recall, I added it to my goals, I think was it in November or maybe even October, and it was an epic fail. This has still not been used, so hold me to it. If you leave me a comment and there's no star or heart, I'll come back to that in a moment, stamp being used, leave me a comment and say, get those stamps used. So I have this as a star focus. I got my star punch out, which I have been using. And then I have this lovely stamp and die set from Stampin' Up. This one is called So Many Stars. Now, this is a Christmas stamp set. I might be only doing 1 or 2 Christmas projects because, as you know, on the 25th of the month, we're going to have Christmas in February, along with a lot of my friends and some of my Freeze Gang friends. So I may be using it for that. But then the actual stars themselves, many of them are not at all specific to Christmas and could be used for anything. I mean, this to me could probably be a snowflake, but it could be a floral. It really does look florally to me. These are just lovely little dots, so it can be used for all sorts of things. And it has a lovely die set to go along with it that's got stitched stars and all sorts of different sizes. So I think this is going to be fun, and I think I'm going to do, I did do a layout about Chopin where I used these for one of the Sketch Sundays, but I think I'm just going to die cut a lot of stars and maybe just try and do a background with some minimal embellishment. And I think maybe with the smaller one, I'm going to try and do a couple of cards, maybe a couple of Christmas cards. What do you think? So that's in the Rediscover Your Stash group, and that is the product focus for February. And then in the Freeze Gang, Karen always gives us a lovely color combo. She follows along with my stencil pick as well, which I need to, did I show you my stencils? Where are my stencils? I had them a minute ago. Let's see if I can find them again. Oh, don't know where my stencils went. Oh, well. So her color combo, oh, there's my stencils. There you go. So even before knowing, because on Tuesday when I showed you my wrap up, I told you that this heart stencil was going to be my focus stencil for the month. And then I found out that Karen had chosen hearts as the product focus for this month. So perfect. And then because I just used it on this on this Sunday coming up, on the 9th, on my Sketch Sunday, I used this lovely stencil from Paige Evans. I thought I would leave this out because it's really a very versatile stencil and very easy to use. I just inked it up, you're going to see on Sunday, and I just love the subtle effect that it gives on the background with all these lovely, I don't know if they're bubbles or circles or both. It's gorgeous. There you go. And therefore, since the product focus there is hearts, there we go again, Darkroom Door, the hearts out. Got to get these used up. A heart punch, so I'll be using my tools this month. These lovely Lawn Fawn lawn cuts, which are stitched hearts in 3 different sizes, and I use that on the Spiegel Mom scrap layout that I showed you just a few moments ago. And then I brought also 2 stamp sets from Stampin' Up! That I really just, I don't use my stamps enough, so we have to get some stamping done. So this one I think is fun because this is actually one stamp. So this could be just a fun little border stamp that I could do in different colors. This is more of a triangle, and I think I have a punch that goes along with that, which will have a little heart, this fun text heart, and then this with all sorts of different hearts in it. And I actually think I have a smaller punch that fits this heart, or maybe it's a die. I'm going to have to go and find that. So that's for the heart focus for the month of February. And then Karen's color combo, look at that. Is this not a gorgeous springtime? We're in the throes, right in the deep winter. It was a very late start this year. We've had a very easy winter so far for us up here. But last night and today, we are really into our first major snowstorm. About 20 to 25 centimeters have fallen already, and it's close to, I think, about 11 o'clock on Friday, and about 20 to 25 centimeters have fallen. They're telling us we could get another 15 or so. The winds are going to pick up today, so we are definitely snowed in today. So this beautiful springtime color scheme is just so much fun, but it is also a bit of a color scheme that is going to challenge me. It's pastel-y, but quite bright at the same time. So to help me along with this, I went into my stash, and there, as I just said, I'm adding some 6x6 papers, but this Lawn Fawn Perfectly Plaid 6x6 petite paper pack is just perfect. The colors, I mean, it was made, either the mood board was made for this paper pad or the paper pad was made for this mood board. But look, these are the exact perfect colors to go. And I have quite a bit of this left. I probably, out of how many? 36 sheets, I probably have about 24 left, and I have quite a few scraps. So I'm sure this is going to help me along using that this month as well. I have some fun collaborations coming up. You'll see the Sketch Sunday, of course, on Sunday. And also, I think we have a Stamp With Me coming up this week. There is going to be, the fun telephone game hop is coming up fairly soon as well. So there should be lots of fun activity on my channel. So what did you guys get up to this week? Were you able to get some fun time in your scrap room? Did you get some projects done? Did you discover some long forgotten but well-loved tools or stamps or collection kits? So tell me, what was going on in your scrap room this week? I will put a link down. I don't know who will be able to get a Freeze Friday video up this week, but normally Christy tries to get one. Kristen, Kathy, sometimes Shannon does as well. So I will put links to their channel. Pop on over and see what they got up to this week. If they are able to get a Freeze Friday up today, sometimes it's Saturday. Sometimes they have to, we have to skip a week. We all get one up when we possibly can. Thank you for supporting us on this fun freeze journey, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye for now.